Introduction to STEM Spectrum Images. In this lesson, we're going to look at spectrum image data and specifically how we can visualize spectrum images within digital micrograph. Now, spectrum images are typically three-dimensional data sets that contain both spatial information but also dispersion or energy loss information. If you like, it's a combination between image information and also spectral data. These datasets typically contain large amounts of information, and as a result, we need efficient visualization tools in order to be able to explore them and extract the information that we're interested in. Now, digital micrograph has a number of tools to allow us to visualize and explore spectrum images, and we're going to cover them in this lesson. So the first thing I'm going to do before we start the first task is to open a spectrum image. I'm going to go to my workspace and select Open. And then I'm going to navigate to Workshop Data, Sample Data, Sample Spectrum Images or Sample SIs, STEM EELS SI, and then open up EELS Spectrum Image High Loss. And that opens up the spectrum image. Now, before we start looking at the visualization tools, I'd first like to tell you how you can find out more about the spectrum image and also details about how it was acquired. If I go over to the image status palette, I can see that the size of the spectrum image is 256 by 309 pixels. So those are the spatial dimensions, the first two dimensions. And then there is a third dimension, which is 2048 pixels, or in this case, energy loss channels long. Since this is a three-dimensional data cube, it actually is quite a lot of data. And if I were to go up to the window menu here, I can see that this data set is about 630 megabytes in size. Now, similarly to EELS spectra or FDEM images, we can find out more information about how this data set was acquired. And we can do that via the image info dialog. So if I were to right-click on the spectrum image and select image info, that opens up this image info dialog that we've seen before in previous lessons. And in addition to the display information and the image tags, we can see in the session info, we have information on the microscope state. And we can also see information on the EELS spectrometer. And then finally, information about the spectrum image acquisition itself. And for the spectrum image acquisition, we can see for the spectrum image setup that it was acquired as a two-dimensional array. The spatial size or spatial format of this spectrum image is 256 by 309 pixels. The pixel time is 2 milliseconds per pixel, and that gives us a total spectrum image acquisition time of just over 6 minutes. Also, some more advanced features like subpixel scanning and spatial drift correction were not enabled.